On this episode of 5-Minute Leadership Podcast, I want to talk about leadership at home, especially leading as parents, leading children. A few years ago, I wrote a book that was supposed to be titled The Heart of Parenting. But since no one on our communications team liked the title, they said it was boring, the book was eventually published as my first, second, and third attempts at parenting. At least my title was included in the subtitle, Discovering the Heart of Parenting. In writing that book, my goal was to focus on the heart of parenting, not the rules, not the methods, not the how-tos. If we get the heart right, almost any method will work. But if we have a great method, even a biblical method, devoid of heart, then we will miss the most important part of parenting. The last verse in the Old Testament focuses on the heart in the context of parenting. Malachi 4, 5, and 6 in the ESV says, "Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the great and awesome day of the Lord, and he will turn the hearts of the fathers to their children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and strike the land with utter destruction." We are all at different stages of life, different ages, but the heart of parenting stays the same, no matter the age of our kids. When I refer to the heart of parenting, I'm including three different hearts. First, God's heart. Second, the parent's heart. And third, the child's heart. We must first understand God's heart for our children and help them understand His heart toward them. In a word, God's heart for children is love. The starting point for parenting and the starting point for helping a child understand God's heart for them is to know that God loves them. Of course, the primary way a child experiences and understands God's love is through the love of their parents. The next focus in the heart of parenting is the heart of the parent. If you've been a parent for at least a week, then you've probably figured out that parenting is not fair. As a parent, you will sacrifice more, give more, cry more, suffer more, forgive more, and love more than your child will ever comprehend until they have children of their own. Parenting is not a fair exchange. Settle in your heart that you will give much more than you will receive. Decide today to forgive your child and then forgive again. This is going to go on through the rest of your life, and this will help you keep your heart right as a parent. Finally, the heart of parenting is about shaping and protecting the heart of your child. I remember many times when our sons were growing up, maybe one of them got in trouble at kids' church. Maybe one of them threw a racket during a tennis tournament. Maybe one of them said something disrespectful to their mother. My response and discipline focused not so much on the behavior, but on the heart behind the behavior. My attempt was to get to the heart of the issue that caused the behavior, not just deal with the surface words or the surface actions. It's common for pastors and ministers to appeal to their kids to act in certain ways because of who the parents are, because we're pastors. I want to encourage you, never tell your kids to act in a certain way. Never tell them, hey, you can't do that because I'm a pastor. Because then it's not about their heart, it's about how we look in front of the other people. So children should live and act in a certain way, not because of who we are as their parents, but because of who they are as God's children. There were even times when church members would say to my children, you shouldn't act that way because your dad's the pastor. I did everything I could to diffuse that kind of thinking in my kids. What I wanted them responding to is what would please and honor God, not what would make me look good as the pastor in the eyes of the congregation. The goal of parenting is to raise children who know, love, serve, and honor God. And knowing, loving, serving, and honoring God is first a heart issue, then a behavior issue. I pray that God will turn the hearts of the fathers to their children and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest our nations experience utter destruction.